Hi everybody! Today we're going to be talking about how to make your own fish bubbler. Now you're going to have to bear with me because you know what? I suck at remembering the names and I wish I didn't. So you're going to have to bear with me, and if you have questions about anything, look in my description. I will have everything that you need. Alright, first off we're going to start with a hose. Since we're making a fish bubbler, it is an air hose. It hooks up to an air pump, which once again I'll show you the kind that I use in the description. Alright, first off we're going to take a hot glue stick, and since I lost my hot glue gun, I'm going to be using a lighter. I know, extremely redneck, but you know what, it works. Now I already have 2 punctured holes in here so far, and that's because I wanted to know which side was which. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug up the top of the side that you want to be the end. Since hot glue is actually safe for fish, obviously you want to wait till it cools off before you stick it into the fish tank. So we're going to make the hot glue hot, and so we're just going to pretty much light it on fire. As weird as that sounds. And once it gets like that, we just simply will put it over like this. And as you can see, I plugged up the hole. And hot glue really works well for these, because since it is plastic and hot glue, it actually seals it up. So we're just going to put that right here. Now, obviously there are better tools to use to puncture these, but right now I have a clothespin, which is simple and easy to use. And what you do is you're going to want to put holes through by just simply puncturing it. You can see it's actually in there. And then you just kind of pull just ever so slightly so that you can make the hole a little bit bigger. Same on the other side, just so that it kind of makes it into a little bit bigger of a hole. And you can see that it kind of looks like a round hole now. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue that I'd say every inch or so for however long you want it. Since I'm only doing this for a 10-gallon tank, I'm actually not going to have it go through the whole tank, otherwise it has serious issues with plugging up the filter, because filters don't react very well to bubblers, I've noticed. So you just continue to make the holes for as long as you want it to be. Come on. And you can see there's another little hole, which, by the way, for people who don't want to sit here and watch me poke holes through an airline, you can just skip to the end where you can see the finished product on what it looks like. And we're just going to do a few more holes here. And this actually works pretty well. We actually did it with that one, which is actually a 20-gallon tank, but we're actually using a 10-gallon air pump right now because we didn't really want to do the whole tank. Otherwise it's, once again, too much bubbles. And then you have issues with the fish filter, because then it decides that the water is not circulating correctly. Oh, come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do maybe 3 more. And then we can skip to the finished product on what it looks like after obviously you hook it up to the fish pump or the air pump and actually plug in the air pump, because it actually does get buried right underneath the rocks, so you honestly do not notice it, which is kind of nice. Every once in a while we do have a problem with it popping up, but that's more on a rare occasion. You just have to simply put more rocks on top of it. Or sand. Well, sand will probably not work very well for this. You would have to use rocks. So, let's see here. For that tank, okay, maybe one more, and we should be good. And I'll show you what this looks like before the finished product, so you can kind of get an idea. Alright, you can see how there's little punctured holes all the way to right here where my finger is, and at the top right here. I mean, they're just really tiny holes, but you'd be amazed on how many bubbles it actually will make, especially when hooked up to the, the air pump. So we're going to pause this for a minute, and it's going to fade to black, and you're going to see the finished product. Okay? Okay, here's the finished product. You can see there's where the airline is over there, and we buried it under the rocks so that since the rocks are big enough, it lets the bubbles through. And yeah, I could have done it through the whole entire tank, but I chose not to. I only wanted it in part of there. And we use it with this filter, or air pump. Yay! Pardon me, everybody. I'm in a really weird mood. Very, very happy for whatever odd reason. So, saying that, yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video, since, yeah, everything is done and it's the aftermath, and Fishy is really, really happy. So, toodles, everyone! First off, you're gonna need to get some airline tubes, right? It's tubes. Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about fish pumps and how to make your own. Because I was supposed to say fish bubbler. Right? First off, here is a tube that is used for connecting to, pause it, don't mind the pause. So what I ended up doing instead is kind of making a hill. Did you pause it?
No. I'm recording this to keep this for history.